Hello and welcome to another Warhammer 40k Battle Report. We're playing a game at Greenfield Games here on this snowy Friday. We are playing the Relic on this table. We're playing Vanguard Strike. We haven't picked the angle yet, but Relic is in the center of the table over here. And we're going to do Grey Knights, Drago and Grey Knights versus Space Marines and Tau and Kotias. So let's see the Grey Knights.
Alright, I've got my Dread Knight with the sword and the flamer. Strike squad, 5 guys, 2 have falchions, 2 have swords. This guy has a demon hammer. They're in a razorback with a las cannon. Then I have Drago and 4 paladins, 2 with hammers, banner with an arthesium, and the halberd guy, and they're riding in the land raider with the las cannons and heavy bolter.
Okay, versus...
And the Vindicator, actually.
Oh, right, and a Vindicator Assassin. I'll give that to you here. And here is the 1,500 point. That's 1,500 points, right?
Yep.
1,500 points of Space Marines with Tau. Bringing Kotias as the Warlord. Bringing Space Marine Primary Chapter Master on bike with Thunderhammer Shield and Artificer Armor. 5 bikes with 2 grab guns and a attack bike with multi-melta. 2 squads of 5-man scouts, sniper scouts with cloaks, and 2 Thunderfire cannons. That's all of the Space Marines. And then Tau allies commander with 2 shield drones. The commander has missile pod, chip, and iridium suit, and drone controller, and target lock. I think that's everything. 9 fire warriors, 6 marker light drones, 3 broadsides with 3 shield drones. How are they kitted out? One's a sergeant, one has target lock, one has stimulant injector, and one has, I forget, I'll have to look it up. I think it has the, it either has interceptor or the advanced targeting system. I'll have to look it up. And that's the 2 armies. 1,500 points of Space Marines with Kotias and Tau versus Drago and the Grey Knights. That's the board we're playing on. And we'll be back with, we haven't rolled for deployment yet, we'll be back with deployment and more. Alright, deployment looks as such. Grey Knights won deployment and opted to give Space Marines and Tau the chance to deploy first and take first turn. This is how the deployment went. Got Thunderfire back here, Kotias and Thunderfire here, scouts, bikes in the middle, scouts in this ruin. This is bolstered terrain here. This hill is bolstered here, broadsides. And he is infiltrating the Vindicator Assassin as we speak. The Razorback with the Grey Knights are going to come in reserve. Okay, after much debate, the Vindicator was deployed there. Whatever. We'll figure it out. I figured out that I think I only have the multi-melta that can crack the Land Raider, and he's only giving me a Land Raider and a Dread Knight as a target. We'll be back. Alright, at the end of turn 1 for Space Marines and Tau and Kotias. Some jostling around in the terrain to get a better view. Bike shot forward. We're able to get grab gun range, 1 grab gun in range, and the multi-melta in range on the Dread Knight. Took 2 wounds total? No. It took 2 wounds. Yeah, it took 2 wounds off that. These guys, Commander and Marker's jumped to about here. They fired their marker lights onto the Vindicare assassin, and all of the Tau shooting, mostly the broadsides, wiped out the Vindicare assassin. Scouts moved and ran into the building here, or got next to the building. And then scout shots and Thunderfire cannon shots put another wound on the Dread Knight. So at the end of turn 1, we killed the Vindicare, got first blood, and got the Dread Knight down to 1 wound. But again, we are almost have nothing that can crack the Land Raiders, so we'll see what happens at the end of turn 1 for Grey Knights. Alright, so turn 1 for the Grey Knights went as such. The Land Raider tried to move through the woods here and rolled a 1 and immobilized itself. So Drago and the Paladins had to pop out. They ran 2 inches. So that was unfortunate for the Grey Knights. The Dread Knight with 1 wound jumped over here behind the building and dropped Torrent Flamer on the Scouts, frying 2. Las Cannon shot hit the Commander, and he was unable to look out, sir, so we had to auto take the Las Cannon shot to the face. And these guys didn't, they ran instead of shooting. And that is it. So we'll be back with turn 2. Alright, so turn 2 has been, is this, no, this is turn, yeah, this is turn 2 for you. He's begun. Drago and his companions have gotten on the relic. You grabbing the relic here?
Grabbing the relic with
Alright, in my turn 2, marker drones, broadsides, fire warriors, these snipers, and the Thunderfire cannons all fired at the Drago wing, and he made a ton of lookout sirs and saves. Ended up killing the guy with the banner and doing a wound to 1 guy.
Yep.
And then the bikes over here moved through the terrain here and got grab gun and melta shots onto the Dread Knight and killed it. Scouts jumped up the building, and that's where we're at. So turn 2 for Drago and the Grey Knights. They have the relic. What'd you do with the relic? That's how it looks after 2. Alright, in Drago turn 2, Drago picked up the relic and
reserves failed to come in.
Right, reserves failed to come in. Drago's group picked up the relic, dropped his large blast template, and bolter fire into here, killed 3 drones, and he took another wound. Las Cannon shot also hit him, but he luckily made a cover save. The other Las Cannon and bolter fired into the bikes over here, killing a bike. And I think that's it. There we are at the end of 2. We're going to do third turn.
The unit left, but
oh, that's true. All right.
They're not going to do anything.
Here's where we're at. In my turn 3, broadsides, marker lights, commander, snipers, and all the bikes with grav guns and melters dumped shots into 3 paladins and Drago, wiped them out. And I guess we're gonna call it here because basically what would happen is would be next turn this would come on with 1 Razorback and 5 Grey Knights, and that would be not very fair to have that come on. So we're going to call it there. Right? You want to call it?
Yeah.
Alright. Good game. I think we're going to maybe try and squeeze in a kill team or something after that. Relic ends up with, let's see, I got first blood for killing the Vindicare, and probably would be able to grab the Relic in this game. So it's looking pretty strong victory for the Space Marines Tau. Again, you know, with the Elite Army, one little flub like a immobilized Land Raider was a big factor in the game, but Dan played smart and valiantly, and it was not the funnest game for both of us, but it was a game. So keep watching the channel, NViz, like the videos, check out our podcast, Veterans of the Long War, on Facebook and on iTunes. And we're going to maybe try another game real quick after this, maybe a kill team. So Keep watching the videos. Alright, we're doing a mini redemption. The Grey Knight Drago wing never got into attack because of the immobilized Land Raider. So we're imagining that didn't happen, and what would happen with the Chapter Master on bike with Hammer and Shield Eternal, and his squad of bikes went up against Drago and his squad of Paladins. So where are you at so far? You've made your powers.
Made the psychic shooting attack power, and I'm shooting at these guys. The Land Raider hasn't shot yet, but
okay,
racking up some wounds here.
All right, so you're starting to rack up the wounds. Keep shooting at me.
Second guy's bolter, Mastercraft. Force. Over there, and then the last guy's Stormbolter, Mastercraft. So that many wounds. You're taking 3, 6, 7 armor saves.
Alright, so 7 armor saves, and I can tank with the Chapter Master if I want, or look out, sir. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do, I don't know, I'll try to take all of them on the Chapter Master. And I make them all. Alright, so Chapter Master endured all the Grey Knight shooting.
Say this moves 6 inches. So
right.
I'm going to shoot the last
Shoot some cannons at me.
One is Mission Spirited, so it's full. Snake Eyes, but then 1 hit, 1 wound, and then the Snapfire Bolter. 1 armor and 1 invul.
Okay, 1 armor, 1 invul on Chapter Master. Can I look out, sir, the invul?
You probably want to take the invul.
I want to take the invul. Alright, so I'll take the invul. So I need a 3. Make it. And
have 1 armor save.
1 armor save. I'll take it. Make it. Alright, tank some wounds there on Chapter Master.
That's my shooting, and then just for fun, let's say this guy was within 6. You could Overwatch support.
So you're gonna give these. So you're gonna give these 9 Fire Warriors Overwatch. What? Now is that legit?
Yeah,
because they're Battle Brothers.
Friendly units. Yeah.
You have to be Battle Brothers.
Have to be Battle Brothers.
Okay. All right. So that's cool. So he's gonna give me 9 Overwatch shots from the Fire Warriors and all the Overwatch from the bikes. We'll be back with that. Okay, in Overwatch, the Fire Warriors didn't do any, but I got 2 grab gun Overwatch hits, wounded with both, and killed a hammer guy. So managed to do a little bit in Overwatch thanks to grab gun shots. Alright, so now roll your charge, right? Alright, so you get in. And now the classic Drago versus Bike Sander.
And then when you pick your general, you'll have a little bit better an idea.
And we all consolidate 3 inches.
Alright, so that was the first round of combat. We challenged out Drago and the Chapter Master on bike. They did no wounds to each other, right?
Nope.
Both made a bunch of saves. And then the Paladins wiped out 1, 2, 3, 4 bikes, and the attack bike, only 1 bike is left. And that would have just been the first round of combat in the Grey Knight turn. Okay, in the end of his combat, I made my hit and run and backed up 7, but then he consolidated forward 6, so we're out of combat. But at least get a round of shots. At this point, it's not really worth it because I don't have any grab guns anymore. But at least I can charge into him. Okay, so after my hit and run, I recharged. He wiped out my 1 bike in combat with the halberd, and then I challenged Drago at the beginning, and now the Drago challenge combat. Chapter Master took no wounds, and Drago took 1 wound from the hammer.
Just did a wound to me.
And this would have been your turn, right? This would have been Drago's
I'm not keeping track.
next turn, where I ended up doing 1 wound to Drago and tanked a couple saves. So Drago's down. What are you down to? You're down to 2 wounds?
Yep.
And Chapter Master has yet to be wounded. So I'm gonna. Okay, so we're many rounds into it, and so far you still have 2 wounds, and I still have 3 wounds, and we basically just got bored of it. So this would be a multi-round combat with Draco versus Chapter Master. I don't even
It
know.
wouldn't even go that way because you could hit and run, all that shooting would pour into me that turn that you broke away. So even if I had done that,
Right, because every time I broke away, I would be able to shoot with everything that was left and in range, as opposed to we were just sort of focusing on the one combat.
Right.
So we learned not a whole lot from this exercise in futility, but I filmed it anyway. So there's your little bonus battle.